Hey there, my name is Rein. I am a songwriter, guitarist from Richmond, Virginia, and I've gotten almost 2 million views about this guitar, and it's been a long process. I thought I'd get on here and explain a bit more. If you're seeing this, thank you so much for following along my journey. I think you'll find we have a lot in common, but I wanted to share about this, what I'm calling Supercaster. This one is Mako. It's kind of a prototype, and it's a collaboration between me and a local luthier, RVA Guitars, Bryant. Amazing luthier who specializes in more of the hippie sandwich, like Grateful Dead, Fish thing. But the story started because I put a deposit down with another builder who I will not name, but he took my money, didn't respond for years and years and years. And this is something I've been waiting on for a long time. The history of the guitars I've played, I've only played one guitar at a time for years. And I like to really bond with one instrument and really get to know it on the inside and out. And the first guitar was a Yamaha Pacifica, a red one, that I toured with my band for many shows until it fell apart and the frets were almost completely gone in the guitar, and the nut fell off and whatnot. After that, I graduated to a made in Mexico Fender, and this is when I fell in love with the Olympic white mint Strat thing. As you can see, it's yellow now because we played so many dive bars. I think the smoke in them turned it from white to yellow. I think there's a law where, like, if you have slots in a room, you can gamble or something in Virginia. Anyway, this used to be white, not white anymore. Now it's actually a baritone. It's got a Fralin, pure PF, and whatever the neck pickup is, I'm not really sure, but I use it a lot on my album that I've been recording. After that, this thing's about to get new strings, but I have this guitar, which is a parts caster I put together, roasted alder, roasted neck, and I really fell in love. And this thing is so broken, and you can feel the flame. I don't know how else, I mean, you just gotta believe me, but you can feel the flame on the maple, which I didn't even know was a thing, but I guess it is. And this guitar has a cool story. It's been to LA, and it has lots of signatures on the back that are fading. Yeah, from rock legends and whatnot. And this guitar I bonded with for 5 years, essentially. Did national anthems with it, and has gone to, like I said, LA and New York, and many sessions, many gigs. And it's kind of unique that I got it scalloped because I got it plecked and we took the frets down. And then I realized that I really missed the height. But now it's scalloped with low frets, and I think, honestly, that's the recipe. You see so many scallops with high frets, but it's cool because when you're sliding, you don't really feel the frets much, and when you're bending, you don't feel it. And it's nothing crazy, but it's just nice. It's just out of the way. It just feels like you're playing air in a way. But at some point in this journey, this thing has been with me for a long time. I wanted something special just for me, something different, and that's when this came into play. And I saw some of the thin line strats and the Eric Johnson strat. It didn't look quite right to me, and there's some other custom shop thin lines that are super duper expensive that I was curious about. But I was basically able to spec this thing out, you know, from scratch exactly how I wanted, and I think it turned out super cool. It's 2 pieces of wood. One's cut in half, but there's a maple top, maple back. They're both carved, and then there's an alder core in the middle. And then we got another flame maple neck. And yeah, that's essentially, I want it to be nice and resonant, which it is. It really sings, even, you can even cover it, and it does make a difference for sure. Yeah, I've been got lots of attention online about these switching and the wiring, which is kind of a thought experiment that I wanted to execute in Bryant, and my roommate Peter, who's an engineer, helped me wire up. But it basically gets you any tone that I can kind of need in a live situation or a studio situation. And I didn't want to have them be like unusable tones, because I feel like there's a lot of super, diverse wiring things that have wiring that is just, you have multiple redundant tones, or there's some that just aren't usable. But this one, I think it's laid out in a logical way, and I'm still refining it, but it's really cool, and it has a piezo in it as well. So you can get Telecaster tones, you can get humbucking tones, you can get out of phase tones, and acoustic / piezo tones. But that's this guitar, and so many people have been wanting to do this to their strats that I am exploring the idea of doing pre-wired pickguards. And Brian and I want to improve on this prototype and create another rendition of it that is more widely manufacturable. So if that's interesting to you, please hit subscribe and follow along on the journey. But I would love to show you around it a bit and how it works, because I've been posting a lot of short form stuff, and I want to explain a bit more. So it's essentially a 5-way switch, and it behaves normal. So you have the neck, fourth, and then this is different where it's neck and bridge, where it's like more telly. Kind of gets more honky, and I can split it. And then you have your normal second position. And then in first position, we have this humbucker that is another story I helped design with Lindy Fralin himself. And it is half Fender, half Gibson, essentially. So it's got a real Strat coil and some screws. And it is tuned to be hum canceling, and in series to be like the humbucker sound, essentially. So split, Strat coil. So you can hear it. So that's that. So now we get to these weird switches, right? So I think the best way, the simplest way to get all the tones that I was looking for is to affect the neck pickup. So this does series and phase on the neck pickup. So in fourth position or third position, which is combining with the middle or bridge, gets thicker, right? So in series, that raises inductance, lowers the resonant peak, raises resistance, and raises the output. So it's basically like set up like a humbucking pickup. And it's kind of subtle. And the next one is phase, which flips the leads, right? That is in the fourth position. Right, we can get Brian May. But in series is more authentic to that, and it helps kind of make it more girthy. So yeah, that's, and then the last one is a piezo, which with gain, it just does Tom Morello sounds. But if I switch it clean, let me show you. So here it is clean. These are just the mag pickups. And I basically got a clean amp with no cabinet, which is really important for this. When I flip it on, So it adds this whole element. You can play with all the stuff, and everything makes noise. Even I'm making noise through it. And you can kind of fake acoustic tones. And the cool thing is you can dial up the magnetic stuff, and like in series, this neck middle, I think that's a good sound. Brighter, you can choose just brighter magnetic pickups. You can go out of phase too if you want. This is Mako, but I think it turned out super cool. I'm really proud of getting this design out of my head. Like I said, it's been literally years and years in the making. But if you want to hear it in action, I'd really appreciate for you to give me a follow and check out my original music, because I am a huge fan of all the heroes that we share and really passionate about great guitar production and great songwriting, which I think is what really is the X factor in a lot of our favorite guitar heroes. So once again, thank you so much for following, sticking around, and hope you enjoyed me just kind of rambling about this. This is my son. I love him. But yeah, I look forward to talking more with you soon, and have a good weekend.